In 1587, a group of English settlers established the Roanoke Colony on Roanoke Island, North Carolina, but their fate quickly turned into one of America's oldest mysteries. When John White, the colony's governor, returned from a supply trip to England 3 years later, he found the settlement completely abandoned. The only clue left behind was the word CROATOAN carved into a tree. Despite extensive searches, no trace of the settlers was ever found. Theories abound. Were they captured by Native Americans? Did they assimilate into local tribes? Or did they perish from starvation? The mystery of the lost colony has fueled countless legends and speculation, making it a fascinating chapter in American history. To this day, the fate of those first colonists remains an enigma, sparking curiosity and intrigue for historians and adventurers alike. Recent archaeological findings related to the lost Roanoke colony have provided new insights into the fate of the settlers and their interactions with indigenous peoples. Excavations at the Elizabethan Gardens in Manteo, North Carolina, have uncovered artifacts that suggest a significant connection with the Algonquian village of Roanoke, where early English explorers first made contact with Native Americans in 1584. Archaeologists found shards of cooking pots and a copper ring likely used by an indigenous warrior, indicating trade and interaction between the colonists and local tribes. The recent digs support the theory that Roanoke was a palisaded village characterized by high wooden walls for protection. This aligns with historical accounts from explorers who describe such fortifications. The findings suggest that the village had around 9 houses for an elite warrior class, while lower status individuals lived outside the walls on farmsteads. The discovery of domestic pottery alongside the copper ring reinforces the idea of cultural exchange and interaction between the English settlers and Algonquian tribes. Dr. Eric Klingelhofer from the First Colony Foundation noted that these findings confirm previous theories about the village's structure and its role as a center of trade and governance for local tribes. There is growing evidence that some of the Roanoke colonists may have integrated into indigenous communities after their settlement was abandoned. This hypothesis is supported by findings from other sites, suggesting that survivors could have joined nearby tribes rather than perishing or returning to England. Ongoing excavations are planned for Fort Raleigh National Historic Site and surrounding areas to further investigate the original settlement's location and gather more evidence about what happened to the colonists after they disappeared in 1590. These recent findings not only deepen our understanding of the lost colony's interactions with indigenous peoples, but also highlight the complexities of early colonial life in North America, suggesting a narrative of coexistence rather than outright conflict.